Zurairi from a writer and journalist, also founder of Unscientific Malaysia. Well, I'm here to tell you that humans did not come from apes. Theory of evolution does not say that humans come from apes or from monkeys, that we are not evolved from monkeys. But what theory of evolution basically says is that we humans and other primates all share a common ancestor. And theory of evolution itself, with natural selection, says that explains how there are a lot of variety and diversity in species all over the world. How did it came to be? Is because natural selection explains that those species that have certain traits that help them to survive can survive better, and as such, they will survive an environment, and therefore they will become the more dominant species. That's part of the arguments, and I think that is the theory, that part of theory of evolution is the one that gets the attention of religious authorities, basically saying that humans evolved from a different species is probably blasphemy, because the holy texts say that humans, Adam and Eve, came from heavens and were cast down to earth, and that was the start of humans. But I think if Muslims do not take holy text literally, and because it is just a guidance on how to live your life, holy texts like Quran are not scientific literature. It cannot be taken literally to explain exactly in detail what is going on in the world. But instead, science is the explanatory. Science is the one where you explain how things work, how the world works. And as such, if you take science as it is and religion as it is, it can move in parallel without clashing with each other. But the problem here is that the religious authorities think that they have the authority to protect Malaysians' mind, whether they want it or not, and as such they are trying to ban scientific literature as well, like the Malay translation of Charles Darwin's masterpiece on the origin of species. And I don't think this should be so. I think religious authorities should keep their hands away from a lot of things and let Malaysians, especially the Malay Muslims, decide for themselves how they want to live their life and worship their God. Because that's what it is. That's what religion is. It's a personal attachment between you and God. And I think it is an insult to say that there is a need to ban certain books, such as On the Origin of Species, because Malay Muslims might get confused. That's an insult, and I'm not sure how Malay Muslims could have taken that for so long. Theory of evolution is beautiful. With it, we can understand that humans, animals, plants, insects, all the organisms on Earth are all part of the same family, that we are all different branches from the massive tree of life. And it's beautiful because it helps place yourself as just a small part of the world, and it keeps you humble. And I think with that humility, we can realize that we are just a small part of the world, and we must take care of our earth, just not for our sake, but for the sake of the animals, for the sake of the plants, for all the sake of all the living beings, all the living things on earth. And not that we are a superior and exalted being all above the others, that we do not care and we become selfish and we ultimately destroy the earth. And I think that is why theory of evolution is beautiful, and why it does not necessarily clash with religious beliefs. 女人的香